Welcome to our tutorial on creating and configuring a bookable service using Cowlendar. We begin by ensuring we have created at least one service. For guidance on this, please refer to our How to Create Your First Service tutorial. We will now navigate to Apps, Cowlendar, My Services, and click Edit on the service you want to configure. Now, you are on the Service Settings page. This is where you can customize the calendar to fit the needs of your business. The first thing we notice is the Product Linking and Booking Type section. In Product Linking, you can convert Shopify products into services and select which variants are included. There will be two options when choosing the booking you are offering. Regular booking will require the customer to check out before confirming the booking. On the other hand, Instant Booking, no checkout, which is part of our premium plans, is ideal for free services or offline payments, as it eliminates the checkout process. Next, we will look at our options for customizing the appearance of the booking page. At the moment of recording, you can set the color for the background and button of the calendar widget. Title your service so that it fits the type of service you offer. You can either use the product image or upload a new file for the logo. It is essential to recognize that the logo used in the global settings will not be applied here. This only changes the logo shown in the calendar widget. It is important to remember that when we refer to global settings, we are talking about the settings found by going to Apps, Calendar, and clicking on Settings. The settings here are applied to all services globally. When adjusting the meeting location, ensuring this matches your needs is crucial. For example, if you have Google or Zoom linked and want our application to generate and send the meeting link automatically, you must select the appropriate option in the meeting location. As for the language, this only changes the language of the days and months of the calendar. If you want to translate everything else, you need to go into Apps, Calendar, and into the Translation tab. This is also where you can enable multi-language and more. We will skip over the settings from the description to use advanced configuration over settings as they are self-explanatory. In the availability settings, the magic of generating a calendar happens. The first setting we notice is the selection of availability mode. Here, we can select between per service or per teammate. Select the per teammate option if you plan on assigning teammates to this service. This means calendar dates, time slots generated will be based on the specific teammate selected when the customer is booking. In most cases, setting up your availability is very simple. But that being said, we understand that every business has unique needs, which is why we implemented the Select Specific Dates option. This allows you to select individual dates or date ranges with times. You can add as many selections as you need to fill up your calendar. A great example of when to use this is when your schedule changes every week. We will select your available days and times to see how this section works. For example, if we set it to every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., then you will have a calendar that shows every day open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with time slots generated based on the start end time, break time, meeting duration, customers should be able to book, and buffer time. When choosing the meeting duration, options range from 30 to 120 minutes. On Premium, you can add custom durations. The option customers should be able to book can be confusing, but it is essential to realize that this determines how often a time slot should be found. If set to 15 with a meeting duration of 30, it will try to find a time slot that starts every 15 minutes from the start time and ends before the end time. The minimum scheduling notice by default is set to 1 hour. This is adjusted to avoid last-minute bookings, but please keep this to 1 hour or less if you want customers to book a time slot on the same day easily. When setting the look-ahead period, think about how far ahead you would like customers to be able to see available bookings. For example, selecting the 1 month option will result in a customer only being able to see availabilities from today up until 1 month from now. Anything after that threshold will show up as unavailable. Decide on a buffer time between meetings. By default, it is set to 0 minutes, and this will add a buffer after each time slot. This means adjusting this will adjust what time slots are available, as it will block time after each time slot. Lastly, this section has the option to block specific dates. This is very straightforward, as you simply select the dates you want blocked. What is very important to remember is that you can block specific dates with times in the global settings. Next, we will take a look at the customization options for the question form. Here, you can specify what contact information to ask for, and on our premium plans, you can add custom questions. This includes text field, phone field, multiple lines, radio box, checkbox, and even an option to allow file uploads. Here, you can also set whether or not to send booking confirmations, reschedules, cancellations, and even reminders to your customers. Email is set by default, and on our Ultra plan, you can select SMS as an option. The email reminder is where you will set how many reminders and how long they will be sent before the appointment. Inside Customize Email, you can apply additional text to the booking confirmation email and have the option to include a cancel or reschedule button. Here, you can set minimum notices for rescheduling and canceling, which both default to 1 hour to prevent last-minute changes. There are two main ways to limit bookings in our system. Starting with booking limit per day, this sets the maximum number of bookings allowed for the entire day across all time slots. For example, if you put this limit to 1, only 1 booking can be made for the whole day. Once a booking is made, no other time slots will be available for that day. We also have booking limit per time slot. This option limits the number of bookings for each time slot. Setting this limit to 1 means that once a time slot is booked, it becomes unavailable for further bookings on that day. You must use the global settings to apply a booking limit across all services. If a time slot, say 1 p.m., is booked in one service, it will automatically become unavailable for all other services if you set the limit to 1. This way, you have precise control over how many bookings can be made for the whole day or individual time slots. And you can also synchronize booking availability across all services. By toggling off all time slots have the same availabilities, you can set a unique limit for each date-time option you have set above. You must remember to save your changes by clicking Update on the top right. This concludes the tutorial on how to configure a regular service.